Hello there, my name is McHorse, and welcome to Emoticons emote creation tutorial. In this video, we'll need Emoticons 0.6 or above, and Blender 2.7, preferably 2.7.9. You can't use other 3D animation software, or even Blender 2.8, because the most important part of the process is exporting the animation data, which uses a custom exporter add-on which I wrote for Blender 2.7 branch, which doesn't work in Blender 2.8. You can download the old 2.7 on official Blender's website. Go to blender.org, download previous versions, and download Blender 2.79b. Here, download the file for your operating system. That is Windows 64 zip or MSI for Windows, or Mac OS 10.6 for Mac, and etc. Once you have Blender 2.7 opened, we'll need to do two things: install the animation exporter add-on, and open my rig for animation. Installing the add-on is simple. Let's first download the add-on from GitHub. You can do that by following the link in the description. Click on the IO export BOBJ zip button under assets, and it will download the add-on. Then, open user preferences in the file section. Go to add-ons tab, click install add-on from file, and finally pick the zip we downloaded from GitHub. Afterwards, the add-on should appear in the user's category of add-ons. You can check whether add-on was actually installed by checking File, Export, and see if there is an option to export BOBJ keyframes. Now download the Blend rig in the description, and open it in Blender. Now we're ready to create some animations. Before we start animating, here is a little overview of this rig's layout. On the left you have preview of the model and skeleton that you're going to animate. On the bottom right, you have the action editor, which allows you to manage actions and their keyframes. Let's create a new action. Click on the new button to create a new action. Let's create a new emote. Make sure its name starts with emote underscore. You don't have to start the name with emote underscore if you're animating non-emote action. Once you create the action, click that F to pay respect. Just kidding, but you need to press that F, because otherwise, Blender will delete that action once the action stops being edited. The way it works in Blender, data blocks that aren't referenced anywhere will get released. If you see a 0 next to the action name, it means it will be deleted upon closing this document. Now you can animate the emote. If you're not familiar with the way you animate in Blender, here are a couple of tips that could help you started. Otherwise, feel free to skip this and next section. The easiest way to animate is to enable this red record button, which allows automatic keyframe insertion at the cursor in the action editor when you move, rotate or scale bones. To select a bone, simply right-click on it. To move the bone, press G, move the bone around and then press either enter or left-click to confirm, or escape or right-click to cancel this operation. To rotate the bone, press R, and to scale the bone press S key. Confirmation and cancellation works the same way for rotate and scale. If you press R twice, there is another rotation mode that rotates bones using orbital-like controls instead of around the pivot point. You can always limit rotation axis by pressing X, Y, or Z axis. So let's say I want to rotate the arm just on the X axis. I press R then X, and rotate it, and it locks the rotation only on X axis. You can also input exact value you want to rotate, so let's rotate the other arm by exactly 45 degrees by inputting 45 after entering rotation. Another thing worth knowing is when you rotate, scale or move bones, you can hold Ctrl to snap to grid, and Shift to make the rotation, scale or moving less drastic. And finally, if you want to reset the bone to its original state, you can press space, and then search up for clear pose transformation. Meanwhile, once you set up a position, you can move the cursor to another place in timeline, move or rotate the bone, and then click play button, or hit Alt+A to play the animation. As you can see, our animation isn't fully playing but loops to the beginning until it reaches the end. This happens due to end duration is set to a smaller value there. Move the cursor to the last keyframe in the timeline, and copy its frame value to duration. If we'll play it back, you'll see that now it's correctly playing. Now let's add a couple of keyframes, and I'll show you how to work with these. You can select keyframes by either right-clicking, or pressing B and selecting the area, or pressing C and painting the selection. Press escape to stop painting the selection. You can move around keyframes by pressing G, and scale keyframes position in the timeline, relative to cursor, by pressing S. I think that should be it. Now you should know everything needed to animate an action, which we can use either as an emote or a replacement for any animation cycle. Before we get to export process, if you're experienced Blender user, please don't modify the armature or the body mesh. The add-on doesn't support any kind of changes made to anything beside actions, and they'll cause inconsistencies when loaded in the game. I know it sucks to work with forward kinematics, but it's really hard to implement IK support. Anyways, here I animated some nonsense animation. To import that into Emoticons, you need to open the folder where emote files are stored. This can be done by opening Emoticons mod options, by opening dashboard menu, Ctrl+0 by default, and pressing open user folder button. Then, go back to Blender, and export the BOBJ keyframes to the folder that was opened. You can name it whatever you want, but the file extension must remain BOBJ. And now go back to Emoticons mod options and reload the animations by clicking on the left button. If we'll configure an Emoticons morph to have the idle action changed to the action I named, then we'll see it in action. No pun intended. The final step is turning it into the emote. It's relatively easy, just create a text file in the Emoticons emotes folder, with the same name as the one we exported, but with JSON extension. Edit the file with any text editor like Notepad.exe, or Sublime Text. Then here we have to define some information about emote, like the title, description, and whether it's looping. Input curly brackets, then specify the name of the action that you want to turn into an emote, but without the emote underscore part. Next add more curly brackets and enter here the title, description, and optionally looping. As far as I know, JSON editing can be daunting at first, so every time you change the file, make sure to check if it's valid code. You can do that by going to jsonlint.com and copy pasting there the code. This will tell you whether the code is valid or invalid. Here I made a mistake of adding a trailing comma, gotta fix it. Once you configured the emote, you can reload animations again, and your emote should appear in the emote configuration menu. If you want to have multiple emotes, then just add another entry with title and description inside of nested curly brackets. That should be it. Hopefully, you have no further questions on how to animate or import emotes into Emoticons. Last thing to mention is that emote data are not synchronized across clients. If you place them on the server, you have to manually send these files to other people. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.